r/AskReddit. 0.1% doesn't seem much. However, what would horribly, catastrophically, go wrong if it was off by 0.1%? The trajectory of a nuclear warhead. Back in the 50s and 60s, that's actually why the warheads were so big. The missiles were only so accurate, so you needed to make a bigger boom in case your missile was off by a mile or two. Close only counts in nuclear war and horseshoes. If 0.1% of all airline flights crashed, there would be around 87 crashes every day. Hand sanitizer. It'd go from killing 99.9% of bacteria to killing 100%. You thought you were just cleaning your hands because you got some ice on them at the gas station and it still smelled odd, but little do you know, you've just brought about the end of times. Your hand sanitized hands immediately have no surviving microbiotic life, and the purging energies of pure lonely continue to surge forth. Bacteria all across the gas station suddenly die in an ever-expanding circle of bacterial annihilation. Your gut microbiome dies, which will lead to horrible nutritional imbalances down the line. Corpses stop decomposing. Everyone sick with flu suddenly seems fine again. But fine they are not. It takes days for the purge of all bacterial life to really start to sink in, but it soon does. All plants begin to wither and sag into dead tatters. They had needed bacteria as an essential step in their respiration. Too bad now they're all dead. The dying plant biomass won't rot, as rot is no longer a thing that is possible. It'll just stack up endlessly, smothering entire ecosystems in dead waste. All animal wastes begin to accumulate and pile, with no bacterial life, to recycle waste into nutrients for the environment. Grazing animals can still eat at the dead plant matter because it isn't rotting, but it doesn't matter. Grazers probably die first. Not only are plants they eat no longer reproducing, but they can't even digest cellulose anymore without gut bacteria. They'll slowly wither away and starve to death in fields of dead grass. The food chain just had a fundamental link severed. Soon, predator animals die next. Their prey is withered to nothing, and their own digestive systems are poorly functioning without gut bacteria. Rapidly, entire ecosystems experience total catastrophic collapse. Faced with a total failure of every natural system, humans see their death approaching as sure as the setting sun on the horizon. As the last man dies, he may wonder what horrid act of God brought about the end of times, and what humanity had done to earn such a fate. He never knew that true villain was pure, and that the first victims of this apocalypse were things he'd never stopped to value in life. Ironically enough, humans were less than 0.1% of bacteria, mass-wise. The apocalypse had already happened the moment the gas station sanitation wave was unleashed. This was just the dust settling. Reading this thread's giving me anxiety. Carbon content in steel. Steels such as 1095 steel are literally just iron with 0.95% carbon in the composition. A difference of 0.1% carbon content would dramatically change the properties of the steel in question. This is true of other chemicals and alloys, but carbon is the most well known. Moving images on a Word document. Anything NASA does. All that space hit for sure. We're aiming for the moon, Ash. If 0.1% more women were attracted to me, that's still a lot more women worldwide, which could cause societal collapse. 0.1% of 0 is still 0. I'm not too worried about it. Your blood alcohol concentration while you're driving. In the 2000 US presidential election between George W. Bush and Al Gore, it came down to what was basically one state in the Electoral College. Whoever took Florida would have enough Electoral College votes to put them in the White House. Until the result in Florida was known, neither side could claim victory, and Florida was close. Like, really close. After recounts and a contentious Supreme Court decision, it was determined that Bush had received 2,912,790 votes to Gore's 2,912,253. In short, the presidency was decided by just 537 votes out of 5.8 billion, not a margin of 0.1%, but 0.01%. Depending on your view of the Bush administration, that may very well count as going horribly, catastrophically wrong. Proton charge plus electron charge. trying to follow your mom's instructions. Looks at recipe. How much is a smidge? The United States Postal Service delivers 187.8 million pieces of first-class mail per year. If 0.1% of those go missing, that's 187,800 missing items. Did I say per year? I meant per day. Accuracy of computers. 1 in every 1000 bits gets interpreted incorrectly. The stock market would get ducked. Flight would be impractical and HD videos would be unwatchable. Edit. By impractical I don't mean impossible. I just mean that modern computation help with keeping things less messy. We could probably work things out with map, compass, and radio. By unwatchable I mean that compression and decompression would make entire frames to not get loaded, and in general the color of many pixels would become different, resulting in a very ugly video. I thank you/spiral divergence and you/Watani for correction/precisation. Edit 2. Another unpractical thing would be cable communication, as you/Cation Long pointed out. I would also like to specify that I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm very lost whenever one of you guys suggest a solution to the telecommunication problem. Rocket angled an extra 0.1% to the left. At larger distances that adds up. 0.1% less humans. That is a lot less people. The Leftovers is a TV series about the aftermath of only 2% of the world's population going missing instantly. Super interesting premise. Genetic engineering. You duck with 0.1% of genes and your baby has banana eyes. Humans initially all had banana eyes. That's where the phrase "keep your eyes peeled" comes from. Also, as bananas discolor and start to smell as they age, it's also the origin of the phrase brown eye and stink eye. Google banana in your brown eye to see proof. Hot water knob and shower. I feel you, man. The amount of polonium in your body. Unexpected Russian assassin. Pi. The concentration of CO2 in the air, or La. Current problems are a result of it rising from 0.02% to 0.04%. A rise of 0.1% would be beyond catastrophic. There would be no ice anywhere on Earth. The seas would rise hundreds of meters. Humans would experience various permanent long-term health effects, and presumably so would most other animals. Jungles would cover the entire Earth, including the poles, except where mountains block the rain, and there would be unbelievably hot deserts. Get ready for category 6, 7, 8 hurricanes. We haven't experienced a climate like this since the Jurassic. It would be bad. Bernie Sanders stump speech. 50% of the wealth in this country goes to the top 0%. Anesthesia. If they don't get it exactly right, they can very easily kill you. That's why anesthesiologists make so much money. They don't get paid to put you to sleep. They get paid to wake you up. GPS. What would horribly go wrong if it was off by 0.1%? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe.
Be Frankie.